Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells. Jingle bells and more jingle bells.
Hey, quick, Matt! Is it? It's
I was
quick,
gonna
quick,
do you know what's just happened? I was gonna do a big, you know that one song where they scream, "It's Christmas!" I was gonna do one of those,
Yeah.
and then just right before I was about to let it out, I was like, "Oh fuck, you want to do this?" And I just stopped right halfway in it. I was like, "That would really annoy myself. Why am I doing it?" So yeah, I didn't. Anyway, Christmas.
Nice.
Christmas podcast. Do you remember the dumb Christmas podcast? Do you remember when we did that years ago? Literally half a
Yeah, I
decade
remember
ago
the
now.
stupid bastard, awful shit bastard one. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, we did.
I don't know that bit well.
That was like 5 years ago. It was.
Because I loved that podcast.
It was. You know what? To say when we did it and what like sort of equipment we had to do what equipment we had to like make it with. It was literally just made with like my phone, and you know what? It ended up being alright. I think we did a pretty decent job. If you want to check that out, it's on my YouTube channel, Jacob Fox. That's the channel. There you go. Speaking of YouTube channels, if you want to watch the video version of this podcast after it's recorded live, then you can watch that on the Games Badly YouTube channel. But if you do want to watch it live, you'll have to follow us on Twitch at Games Badly. You can follow us on Twitter at TweetsBadly to find out about anything. And also, you can get the audio recorded version on Spotify and Apple Music and all the podcast places. Anyway, we've got that ad out of the way. So today in this podcast, here's the dealio. We were tasked. Judd can't even hear what's going on. He's literally just like looking around his room. What the fuck is he doing?
I'm ready.
Oh my god!
I'm ready.
What the fuck is wrong with him? We were so before this podcast, I think I mentioned it last time. We were tasked with finding out people we know what their favourite year was for memes and why. I'm hoping Judd's done that. Have you done that?
I have, but I've got my answer is either gonna really disappoint
whoa!
you.
It's going to be spoilers,
Okay.
that Judd.
All
Come
right,
on.
okay.
So let me tell you, you have to have an answer. By the way, you can't just say my answer is all use or no use.
That is my answer. That is
Fuck
my
off.
answer.
No,
That is my
you've got to have a. You've got to choose a year,
Nope.
and you've got to tell me why.
I
And
don't
if you
at all.
don't, you're just a little cunt, aren't you?
Yes.
That's how it works. Anyway, so I've done that, and how many people have you asked, Jude? How many have you got?
I think I asked like 3.
Yeah, I asked 3 as well. So through this podcast, we'll have 3 each, and then we'll right at the end we'll say ours. But those other random shit that we can talk about between. For example, we did a little Christmas already, didn't we, Judd?
We did, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know what we're allowed to do with COVID, but, people have to visit people for Christmas. Or, I suppose they don't have to, but people are going to want to. They're going to want to try and make that happen. So, we went to visit our dad for Christmas, and yeah, we had to pick you up and you had to sit in the back of a car. Then we went there and tried to stay away from them while also getting, food and all sorts of stuff like that, and exchanging presents. But when you got in the car, I tasked you with getting embarrassing Christmas drunk. Do you think you achieved that mission, Judd?
No, but I fucking think you did.
Well, I could tell you were slacking, so I was like, well, I need to. It was totally
I've been finding it quite hard recently to get like that drunk.
Well, it's
to the point where
because
I'm,
you
like,
drink
quite
regularly.
fucked. Yeah. So
I don't drink every day, but you might have like a 2 or 3 beers on an evening. But I don't do that. I just save my drinking for times like that where I get drunk. And I was a bit drunk, but I have to say it was definitely one of those situations where people all think you're more drunk than you are and want to think you're drunk and things like that. What the fuck? We've just had a message in chat from Moobot. It says, loading new protocols complete. You can now... Oh, it's just an advert for Moobot. Do I have to time out Moobot? That's one of our rules. Let's time out Moobot. Anyway, if you don't know what that is, you'll have to follow us on Twitch, won't you? Anyway, right, yeah, so it was one of those situations where you're kind of drunk, but everyone thinks you're, like, really drunk. Do you understand what I mean? Everyone thinks you're more drunk than you are. And I was getting annoyed because I could tell that it's one of those, and it's always really annoying when you're only a little bit drunk and everyone's like, oh, he's fucked, oh, yeah, you know. But I wasn't. I wasn't, like, terribly drunk, but I was a little bit.
Okay. That's what you're saying.
What? I weren't like going, you know, like bashing into walls and like, you know, needing to be sick or anything anything close to that. I wasn't like slurring my words, you know, anything. Is that a Guinness there, sir?
This is a snake bite. So this is
oh my
half
God,
Guinness,
and he's trying to say that I was drunk
and half dark fruit.
Fuck me, this guy. Anyway,
it's Christmas.
But that's what it was like when we were there, and I was that level of drunk, and I was like, oh fucking hell, they're all because Dad and Natalie are those type of people. Dad and his girlfriend are those type of people to want that to be true. They want me to be a drunken idiot, you know, so that they can like take piss.
I like just making fun of you. I like putting you in your place because I do actually see you as less of a person than I am. So
yeah. That doesn't really track. You literally just told me how you're drinking a snake bite. This is not great evidence. But the thing is, the worst thing for like me seeming drunker than I was that like I spilt some of my drink. But the reason I did this...
oh my God, that was so funny.
But I realised as soon as it had happened, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, they're going to think I'm really drunk. But what had happened was, we'd stayed up late on the Friday night and we'd visited them on the Sunday night, but I'd not caught up on sleep, so I was exhausted, and we were sat watching this film in like a warm room, and I'd had a little bit of, you know, a little bit to drink, and we'd had a lot to eat.
The word cozy does not do justice to the fucking... the aesthetic of that room. It was it was offensively cozy, that fucking room.
So I just like drifted off to sleep a little bit, but I had a glass in my hand and I just like slipped a little bit with it and spilt some.
It was funny though, because you were drunk next to your girlfriend and you like fell asleep, and then you did that thing that I do all the time where like you wake up and then you sort of like jump awake, you go, oh fuck. And you sat next to your girlfriend, and so you sort of like, you didn't throw loads on her, but because you like jolted, you like chucked a bit on your girlfriend.
Oh yeah, so that was Christmas. We didn't even end up watching a Christmas film. We watched Talladega Nights. We watched a Will Ferrell movie.
I don't care. I like that movie.
Oh, it was good. Anyway, do you want to give us? Is there anything else worth mentioning from that? I think there's one other thing, maybe, but let's before we get into any more to do with that, do you have why don't you give us a favourite year for memes from one of your friends, Jude? You don't have to mention the name, or you can. It's up to you.
One of them was like, 2016, and I was like, okay, why? And they couldn't actually give me a reason as to why. They were just like, I don't know. I just feel like 2016 was a good year for memes, and it's I don't know if you want to. I'm just going to say it now because it's going to be the same for all of them, really. Pretty much everybody I asked didn't have an answer for like why it was their favorite year of memes.
Yeah,
I think they were just sort of giving their favorite year in general, and I think they just associate their best times with like their best memes, which. I mean, to be honest, I really like memes now, to be honest. I think
that makes sense in a way, doesn't it? Because the memes that you sort of see are to do with what's going on. So if you like what's going on, you might like the memes, maybe. But I don't know about that. Sometimes good memes come out of bad things, don't they?
That's why I'm liking this year's memes, because it's shown me...
That's spoilers, Judd.
Oh, well, whatever. Freaking whatever.
How about I give you one then?
Go on then.
I'm going to keep a tally of these, by the way, and then we'll be able to sort of see who's the best. An answer I had was probably from the most normie person to do with memes we would ask, but it's my girlfriend. She is into memes, definitely, but she's not like I don't think she's ever visited Reddit, you know? Put it that way. But no, she definitely, like, she qualified for this, I think. At first she said she thought she remembered 2018 being pretty good, but then I asked her for a reason why, and she didn't really have one. So what she gave me, her answer was 2013. And I think she might have looked things up. She liked 2013, and because some of the memes she liked from that year was like Florida Man memes, and then like Doge and Harlem Shake and What Does the Fox Say. I think she liked all of those sort of like reasonably innocent memes that were just kind of like, I remember when memes were youthful and fun. You know, like when you look back on being a kid, you don't particularly like the same things necessarily, but you like remembering when you liked those things.
Yeah,
I think it's that sort of reasoning, which I don't know. I think that's pretty all right. I remember 2013 being a great year for like internet content. So
yeah.
Anyway, that's a couple of those. At this Christmas sort of thing we were doing with our dad, we exchanged gifts and had a bit of a buffet thing, so that yeah. Anyway, and do you know what was actually one of the biggest shockers of the night was the vegan chicken nuggets, because our dad's girlfriend
that scared me a little bit. I'm still kind of shaking off of that one.
Our dad's girlfriend is a vegetarian, so like it was kind of 50-50. Half the food was vegetarian, but she did, you know, some meat stuff because everyone else ate meat pretty much. But the chicken nuggets she did normal and vegan chicken nuggets, and well, here's where it gets a bit interesting.
Here's where it gets fucking scary. I hope you sat down, because you might get a bit faint here. You might actually start getting a bit of goose pimples on you.
Our dad had told her which ones were which. But it's not great to rely on our dad for these things.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit suspicious as to whether he got it wrong or not, because the vegan ones were so much more chicken tasting than the non-vegan ones. The ones that supposedly had meat in tasted less like meat than the ones that's supposed to have meat in. So I don't know about whether we got it right or not.
Not a good fucking sign, that really is.
Well, either way, it's good for us, because if he got it wrong, that's funny. If he got it right, those were brilliant nugs, you know? So, yeah. And that was pretty cool, but I just like the idea that he's got it wrong. I like to think that, like, in 6 months, like on a summer holiday or something, in the middle of the sun, he's going to go, oh, shit. No, what other way around?
They're going to be on the deathbed together, just going to go, oh, Nat, guess what? This is going to really fucking tickle you, this. What is it, Robin? Those chicken nugs. They were actual chicken.
But it reminded me that have you heard about, I think we talked about it, that somewhere in Korea or China or something, they've figured out how to make actual chicken meat, like synthetically, but it is actual meat. It's not like a meat substitute or anything. It's the exact same thing, but without having to actually have an animal live to generate it.
Right. All right. Okay.
It's pretty cool, huh?
It's pretty fucking freaky, that one.
It is, isn't it? Like, I suppose you could learn to grow like human meat and shit.
I know. I was just gonna say, it's like when we start taking that to the next step.
But there's some interesting stuff about it, because firstly, what if they can grow some meat that doesn't exist, like new meats?
New meat. I don't know why that upsets me so much.
But
try patented new meat. We don't even fucking know what's in this one.
I think that sounds pretty cool. Like there could be some sort of like creatures that have like a flavour of meat that we obviously don't even exist on the planet, but they might be able to like create it somehow.
I guess that could be cool in a way, that it's like, oh, what if we had like sort of like a more sort of like veal tasting kind of thing, but it had more like properties of like chicken in it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, what
if we could make rabbit less gamey?
Yeah, stuff like that. It's interesting because I think we must have been talking about it drunk in the car on the way home, but I said that. Do you think that most vegetarians would eat that then? Because it's completely cruelty-free. Because no animal has even had to exist for that to exist.
To me, that's the perfect vegan food, that. But you know how retarded people are. I'd say it is, yeah. There's no properties of animals in it.
But I think by definition, well, exactly. It's animal product that they don't eat, and it's not a product of animals at all.
Yeah,
like it's
not product of animals.
So technically, you could literally say technically this chicken is vegan. It's actually chicken, but it's also actually vegan. That's insane. But yeah, I don't know, because I know that some vegetarians kind of just don't like meat. They don't like the taste of it. They don't like the feel of it. It's all a bit weird.
If you don't like the taste of it, you don't have to eat it. We're not sitting you down and saying, eat the new meat.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's a pretty interesting concept, really. But the other thing that to do with that Christmas meat was presents, Judd. Presents. What did you think of the presents?
I think we had some good presents.
I think Dad and Natalie are getting a lot more impressed with the presents that we get them, aren't they? You know, because we've got jobs and stuff now. We're like, I don't know. I didn't spend much money on them though. I must have spent like less than a tenner, less than £10, easy. But I don't know. They were pretty impressed with it. Pretty good. But because we've got older, we barely got any presents. I think in total I got a Reese's peanut butter selection box. A yard of beer, so like this long thing with a bunch of cans of beer in it, and then a t-shirt and some money. And we used to get like more stuff, didn't we? Like more things, but he just gave us a lot of money. Like we got like £200 each, so that was really good. But it's been weird getting that money because it's hard to spend it because it's in cash.
Yeah.
So it's been hard for me to spend it.
You say that, but one of the first, because I was out recently and I was like, I went up to our favourite tattoo place and I was booking him for when I'm having that doing. And whilst I was in town, I put that money in my bank account so I can spend it on stuff.
But it's not as simple a thing to just go into the bank and put some cash in, is it? Because you're not likely to be out in places, you know, in a town or a city centre or something as often. Then there's complications with going in. There's, you know, you can't just spend the cash either at a shop because they want you to use contactless, really. And most of the things you ever buy are online as well, which obviously you can't use cash for. So it's a weird one. But I don't know, you know, I appreciate it still. What did you get? You got some slightly different stuff, didn't you?
I mean, I basically got the same as you. Just the only difference was I didn't get a yard of beer. I got a yard of popcorn. That sounds really. I
have to say, even for you, that's probably not as good.
Well, see, you say that, but then the thing is, they then also bought me like a big case of beer. So it's like this is still fine.
Oh yeah, they did buy you a big case of it. It was bigger than what I got really, but I have to say. The t-shirt they got me was so shit.
I knew the second I saw it, it's like, that's not going to get worn. That's just not going to get worn. I know it's not.
The thing is, it was way too small. They got me a medium, and I'm normally a large, but that was a small medium as well. So it was really small, and they have got me a replacement in a bigger size, but you know, you don't. It's not tradition to say I don't like that. So I don't know. I still appreciated it, and they'll never listen to this anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I'll wear it for working out in probably. I didn't even say what was on the t-shirt. It was one of those dad jokes of like it was an Ewok holding an electric guitar. An Ewok from Star Wars, and it said underneath
it... What did it say, Jake? Tell them what it said on the shirt. Tell them!
Painful to say. It said, Ewok and roll.
Phenomenal.
Well.
Fucking phenomenal. Brilliant.
On that note, give us another favourite year for memes.
Hearing it come out your mouth has given me a headache.
Oh, God. I feel embarrassed. Somehow. Give us another favourite year for memes, Judd. What's someone else said? They might not have given a reason, but...
one of them said they like the current memes. So like me, I like the current memes as well. So
someone said what, 2020?
Yeah, 2020, 2019.
That's very surprising to me because I think that 2020 has been probably the shittest year for memes. There's not been any like chance for people to be creative and make decent memes. Like, what's been a meme format from this year? There's like
Hold on,
exactly.
I had one for this. I did have one for this. Hold on, I'm gonna have to do some quick googling.
But when you're struggling to think of one, that's not good.
Formats. Here we go. Hold on.
2020 meme formats.
You know what? Maybe this year has been shit for memes. Looking at it now, looking at 2020
you might have to change
formats,
your answer then.
I might have to change my answer. Yeah, might have to change like. I don't know, dude, because I can't really think of. I can think of one that like that I always usually like, and it's the two astronauts, and I don't know if that's 2020 or 2019. I think that was this year.
2019.
It might be 2019, but I'm not too sure.
I can think of that one 2020, you know, because there's a lot of stuff that feels like 2019, but only because this year's dragged so much. But okay, I've put one down for 2020 from one of your friends then. For me, Carl, who's been on the podcast before, took me forever to try and get him to just say something. But he told me that he kind of said sort of like 2019. He said 2019 onwards, but I went with 2019 is his favourite because he likes really dumb memes, like really dumb shit memes.
I like stupid shit memes as well.
Just mostly stuff that's just either doesn't make sense or it's not funny and that's the joke. Like, it's like he's got this one. I know I'm describing a meme, but it's a podcast. He's got this one where it's a photoshopped picture of a goose with human arms holding a gun, and it's in Comic Sans in big like pixelated text underneath. It says "gun goose" spelt wrong.
Hilarious.
You know what I mean? I do get it because that's the funny bit. It's being able to show people and everyone going, yes, hilarious.
It's one of those things that you'd be sort of sat like at like a bus stop with your mate waiting for a bus to come, and then you just show him your phone and go, hey, gun goose.
Yeah, I have to say though, personally, I think even in 2019, at least towards the end, that's kind of played out, and you know that sort of thing can only be funny for so long before it becomes just stupid again, and it becomes like childish humor type of thing. So I don't know, that's a bit played out, but yeah, that's another couple that we got. Something else I've got down that I've had for a little bit on podcast topics is what do you think like Christmas is going to be like in the future? Because obviously there's all the stuff that's happened with Corona and that, but then like we're kind of at a point where our lives are kind of changing. We're at that age where a lot of stuff's happening.
You know what? This sounds a bit. I don't know. I don't know how to describe how this sounds, but I don't honestly. I don't like thinking about the future right now. Like, I just don't. I don't even like thinking about it.
That's a symptom of our generation, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I straight up, I just don't like thinking about it because there's so much shit that's going on in the world now that it's just like the future genuinely just it only seems scary to me. It only seems scary.
But do you think like sort of the traditional style of Christmas will change? Because I was saying this to someone else that with COVID, it's been an excuse to sort of forget about tradition and actually just do what's probably, you know, better. You know, you just forget that it's tradition. Just do what's probably practically a bit better. So I'm wondering whether that's something that'll carry over. So, you know, like normally you'd try and see everyone for Christmas, whereas this year it's been more like, well, we'll only make a real effort to try and see people who we're closest to. So I don't know whether things like that will carry over, or it could go the other way. It could be that at Christmas it becomes more of a tradition to see people who you might not even normally see at Christmas, because we all like look back on COVID times and remember how locked away we were and not even able to do that.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to find out. I do think overall Christmas will get a bit better, no matter which way it goes with that. But I don't know about like buying stuff as well if the economy like gets all fucked. Do you think Christmas presents and buying will become more of a thing or less of a thing, or what?
I think I could see it becoming more of a thing, if anything, to be honest.
Why?
Just because it's like, oh, I've not seen Auntie Doris in forever. Oh, let's get Auntie Doris a present. And it's like, you were never going to see Auntie Doris anyway. You were waiting for the bitch to die. It's just because COVID's happened, you're using it as an excuse now to go fucking buy everybody under the sun a present.
But do you think that that'll only be like next Christmas, or do you think that'll last?
No, I think it'll be next Christmas thing, but I don't think it'll actually last.
Do you think things will go back to normal really then?
I think after the first couple of years, yeah, things will go back to normal. If
that kind of sucks. I kind of want things to change. I just want it to be a bit different, just to see.
I want it to go back to normal. I want to go back to fucking Corp, and I just want to get fucked up, and I just want to just die, but on my own terms, not because of a fucking shit virus.
Speaking of shit virus, today my mum's had her first dose of vaccine.
What? She's got one? I didn't know your mum would get one.
He's ready, apparently. That's gonna have to wait for me. Yeah, she's her office has all been offered it because it's a hospice, so they're all like, she doesn't like work medically. She's like part of sorting out kind of organisational stuff. But they work in a building where there is a bunch of staff, you know, for medical things. I don't I think you get the idea.
For medical things, brilliant.
Yeah, so she's had her first dose. I'm guessing, like, you know, it's a few weeks or so into it.
So she's immune. She's immune. She can go out and do what she wants.
Not quite. She's after a few weeks, she'll be approximately 50% more immune. You know, 50% resistant to it.
Fucking great.
Yeah, exactly. It's not really like, it don't really matter that, does it? Because we were discussing today that on the radio there's been talks of trying to, if you know, say you've got 1 million doses, giving, but you have to give 2 doses per person, rather than giving 500,000 people 2 doses like they need, give 1 million people 1 dose.
And then they're more resistant but not immune.
Yeah. So rather than it being 95% effective, it's 50% effective for 1 million people. So it's a choice between 50% effective for 1 million people or 95% effective for 500,000 people.
Okay.
But thing is, those million people who's 50% it's 50% effective with, it don't matter. It's still only 50% effective. Like, you still can't really do anything with that. It needs to be like a really high % chance for you to even be able to do anything. So I don't know. I feel a bit dumb, but I don't think they're actually going to do that. But there was someone talking about that. A bit weird. But yeah, it makes me wonder whether, because I'm technically an NHS worker, I'm wondering whether I might get back to work in January and there might be an email saying, do I want a vaccine? Which would be interesting. I think I know
that would be interesting.
I think I know someone else who's gone for a vaccine.
You asked me this, so it is now my time to ask you it. Would you get a vaccine on like live? Would you stream it or like do
live stream it? Yeah, I guess I think so. I'm tempted to say no, but not for the reasons you might think. I feel like that'd just be a bit pretentious. Like, as in, I'm important and I'm getting it, so you should too. And we're not important, you know? I thought
if I was to do it, it'd be for like pretty much the opposite reason, because it'd be like just a meme. If anything, it's like the title bit, "Hey yo, getting my vaccine today."
Yeah.
Check out my SoundCloud, stuff like that. Like,
yeah, that'd be good. I don't know. I think I'd like it in that sense, but. Yeah, I don't know. I think overall it's just a bit stupid. I think for us, for like what we do, we may as well just have it and then report back on the podcast. And I think next week I'll probably be able to tell you about like what went on with my mum, because she got back like as we'd started this podcast. So
okay,
that might be interesting. Christmas in the future though, because I'm getting a house. We might have Christmas at my house. We might have Christmas parties at my house. That could be pretty cool. Because do you remember when house parties were a thing? When we were at college? We might be like 17.
What? I actually don't remember.
Because you were too drunk. So
I was too drunk.
But I used to throw some good house parties at my house before I got banned for throwing too good house parties. the parties were too good and they caused too many problems for my parents, so I got banned. But if I have my own house, for certain events like Christmas, Halloween, it might be good to have a house party. I don't really know many people, so it'd probably just be like me and my girlfriend, a couple of her friends, and a couple of my friends, and that's about it.
And me, I'll be there.
I mean, you count as that. I only have two. There's only you and Carl. That's it.
You only have two friends, and one of them's your brother.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, I suppose in total I have three, but I mean, the third one's also my girlfriend as well, so I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, that I can see things like that happening. That'd be good, so long as virus is sorted. Because if people are like massively stupid and let it mutate insanely into something else that we can't actually solve. Well, at that, but genuinely, if that happens, if they say, if on the news tomorrow, I saw it say that COVID-19 has mutated drastically and now vaccines will not work on it, or at least the ones that we're currently working on definitely won't work on it. I think at that point, I am killing myself.
Yeah,
I think that's
just
kind of it, really. I mean, there's not any other decision. I think just everyone kills themselves, and that's it. But
yeah, I think that sounds good. I think that sounds like the right thing to do. I can't think of anything else.
Back to Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Next year for Christmas, because I'll be in the house, I get to choose. Well, actually, I'm going to say I get to choose Christmas decorations, but I don't. My girlfriend does, obviously. Yeah. That's kind of how it works. Although, because I've got a big autism brain, when we get that house, we're going to draft up a bunch of policies. So, like, there'll be policies for, like, what you have to do when washing clothes, things like that. So there'll be a Christmas decorations policy. And any Christmas decorations you get have to be, be all right by the policy. So, for example, no external lights. External other decorations. Lights. You can have other decorations externally are fine, but not external lights. Minimal internal electricity.
Can I ask why this?
Yeah, electricity. We have to pay electricity bills now, so it's like stuff like that. But because we're like kind of broke, we don't really get that much money left at the end of each month. I'd rather not be wasting it on lights that I can't even see inside my house. So
that's understandable.
And then minimal Christmas lights inside, and then there would be, there'd be a list of valid places to put Christmas lights on, such as the tree. That's probably about it, gonna be honest. And any Christmas lights you do have to be either, like white or yellow coloured. And they can't flash. At most, they can do a soft pulsing glow. So we're gonna have policies like this. Also, one of the policies says we have to have stockings on the fireplace because we've got a fireplace. So it's like that they are mandatory.
Okay, that's fine. That's understandable.
If you've got a fireplace, come on, you got to have some stockings on it.
Where are you in the mistletoe?
Where we're putting the mistletoe, I think that'll not be covered by policy. I think that on the policy it'll say mistletoe has to be in the house somewhere. There has to be mistletoe present, but it doesn't matter where it is.
Personally, I believe, and you see, I'm a foreign diplomat here, so I'm only interjecting slightly. I'm like a fucking macaron. But personally, I believe that mistletoe should be hung in a archway, like a doorway.
Well, we do have a separating archway between the living room and like what is at the minute a dining room, but I don't think we'll have it as a dining room. So that could be a prime spot. But I think on the policy it'll just say mistletoe does have to be somewhere. It doesn't matter where it is, although that could be subject to amendment. We might amend the policy and have a designated area. But the thing is,
next on the agenda, remember to keep separate. Wear your face coverings.
But make sure you swap face coverings every 30 minutes and put them in the washing machine, but only if you're still wearing them.
Only if it's a full moon. Wait, hold on. Why is there two me's? We must fight to the death and determine which is the real one.
But we must definitely keep distance still and wear masks on
distance.
Our butthole and up our nose.
Yes, quite right.
That's our impression of our Prime Minister Boris Johnson.
Yeah, that is our Prime Minister.
Speaking of Boris Johnson, I saw an article from Lad Bible, which obviously don't know how trusted this article is then, that said there's a song titled "Boris Johnson is a cunt" that's making its way to potentially be Christmas #1.
Hold on.
It's currently I think when I saw the title it said it's second in line to be Christmas #1.
Boris Johnson cunt song, brilliant.
Oh, please. Let me see if shall I try and play it on
Will we get copyright for this?
Boris Johnson is a cunt song. Well, let's find out. It's by I think it's by a band called The Cunts. It enters the top 10. Here's the article. The Cunts, that's the band. Their song "Boris Johnson is a fucking cunt" enters top 10 in race for Christmas #1. That's fantastic. Oh, here we go. Let's play a bit of it.
He's a fucking cunt. He's a fucking cunt. Boris Johnson is a fucking cunt. He's a fucking cunt.
There you go. That's a little bit of a snippet of "Boris Johnson is a fucking cunt," and I find that hilarious that that's got into the top 10 for Christmas #1. Wowie. Oh. Well, on that note, Judd, let's have some more favourite meme years. What's one of your mates' favourite meme years?
One of them said 2012, and I'm like, are you fucking
2012?
I'm like, are you being serious? 2012, and he's like, yeah. I'm like, why? I'm like, that's like the Rage comics era and shit like that, and like Bad Luck Brian and shit like that.
Yeah.
I was like, why is that? And it's like, I just think they were more pure back then. Like, there was just something about being sat in like IT, and you'd just be sat looking at fucking Rage comics and stuff, and they were just a lot more. I don't know. I don't want to say child friendly, but in a way they were. But like there was just.
I think that's because kids were the ones looking at them. Like, well, it weren't kids, but you know, people our age. How old we would have been in 20? I mean, so that's 8 years ago. We'd have been about 15. Well, I would. You'd have been 13. So, yeah, people that sort of age were the ones looking at them. So of course they were a bit more child friendly.
Yeah.
They were a bit more childish and less clever because those people were making them.
I don't know if I agree with him. I suppose in a way I do remember being sat in fucking IT reading Rage comics.
Yeah.
I did do that, so
yeah, I know what you mean. I think that's a similar reason that Jasmine said 2013, that we've had someone say that. I think it's like the nostalgia sort of innocence feeling of those memes is pretty nice and heartwarming. To say that we're having the shittest year ever, it's like, I think it's a nice feeling. You know, to think about nice friendly memes from back then.
Yeah.
But that's, yeah, you know what, I get that. The last person I asked, get ready for this.
Go on.
He sent me a fucking essay, which I actually really appreciate.
He proper got into it.
He really did. I really appreciate it because, it fills out content for us. So it's my friend James. I think he's got a Twitch channel. I think it's The Real Darius. I think it's... I'll put it in
Darius?
chat.
That's a freaking League of Legends character.
So he's not actually even called Darius. I think it's his middle name. But anyway, I think I've put it in chat. You'll be able to see it on screen if you watch the video version. I think that's his Twitch name. I'm going to read this out to you, what he said when I asked him. He says this: I think for the meme community, 2016 was the best year for memes because shit started getting serious in the world with loads of celebs dying, Trump getting in office and shit, and most importantly, Harambe's death. Which was my favourite sentence of this. And most importantly, Harambe's death. Obviously, the most important out of those
Well,
things.
I mean, it is. He's right, yeah.
He says, people started turning to humour more, and thus in turn, memes. Then memes started to blow up and everyone got involved. I mean, there was a lot of movie memes blowing up. SpongeBob memes like mocking SpongeBob, Caveman SpongeBob, Dark Kermit, Robbie Rotten.
Oh my god,
and then
it was a big
Harambe.
year.
So if 2016 was a huge year for the meme community, 2017 was a dull year, and don't think they were on point. 2018 memes were mainly focused on Vine videos of Facebook videos, but shit. Some of them were funny, but when you hear 2 + 2 = 4 quick math and Fortnite memes constantly, it drains your soul. 2019 memes were pretty great, to be honest, and so 2020's, but I feel 2016 was the Kickstarter. Fucking hell, that's hard to argue with that, isn't it?
That was good. Listen, I can't... You've got me. You've got
That's
me.
like
I'm
our
changing
meme
my answer to
correspondent in the
2016.
field, isn't it? It's like during this, Judd's given like 5 different answers because
I
he's been
don't
convinced
care.
each
I don't
time.
care. He's convinced me. I'm going to 2016.
That's he's got a lot of good points. He's got a lot of good points, and I a little bit of spoilers. I have to say, I think 2016 is my second favourite year for memes. But what I will say is, obviously that's my personal opinion, but overall, like he says, for the meme community, for everyone, 2016 was probably the best year, objectively, for memes. But personally, I have a personal one that I think I like a little bit more, which we'll get into a little bit later. But for now, Judd, how many people did you end up buying a present for Christmas? Are you looking at them now? Is that what you did?
Kinda. So I got one for my mum, and this I got one for my mum and her fiance.
What, like a joint one?
Yeah, I got one again, a joint one for my dad and his girlfriend. Then I got one each, for one for my granddad and one for my nan. And then I think the only other person I got a Christmas present for was Sam. My mate Sam, I think.
Gay?
No. Sorry, I got one for my little brother and my little sister. They both got one each as well. So
right.
7. 7.
7. That's good.
7.
How much did you spend?
I think about 100 and something. I can't really remember. 130.
That's good going. That, because I spent about. God, I spent at least 250. Because I bought for a lot of people. I've got a bigger family, I think. But yeah, it's hard. Like having a job makes you feel like you need to spend more on Christmas. I kind of think it does. It's a bit weird. Have you been feeling especially Christmassy this year? Because I think we've sort of touched on this when we've been chatting, not on podcast before as well. Because it's hard to know whether people are more Christmassy or less, because obviously there's a lot of shit that's kind of cancelling Christmas in a way, but also I can see why people have been more looking forward to having something different happening. What have you been like?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm getting Christmassy feeling because I don't know. It's just like, it almost feels like this has to be a good Christmas. It has to.
Yeah.
Please, God.
Oh dear, because I mean that's kind of the point of Christmas, isn't it? It's why it's where it is, to help with seasonal depression and people killing themselves because it's too dark all the time. That's literally the whole reason it got moved to this date, like hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and now we need that sort of thing more than ever. But the ways we get the benefits of Christmas are not really there. Like, you can't really see your family and have festivities and celebrations and stuff. You know, like Mad Friday. I don't know if this is a thing, like, in other parts of our country. But I know near where we live, there's a day called Mad Friday, and it's the last Friday before Christmas. Normally, when everyone's got time off work, you know, it's the last opportunity to go out and get drunk in like the town centre or something like that. So it's a really busy night. Everyone normally wears Christmassy clothes, or loads of people do, and they get really drunk. It's a proper like get way too drunk and feel regret the next day type of day. And obviously there's been none of that. No Mad Friday because there's no pubs open at all where we live. Which that's the type of things that I look forward to most with Christmas. But it's gone. It's weird. Yeah. No festivities like that to kind of let loose on.
Well, that's not stopping me. I'll tell you that right now. That's not stopping me in the slightest.
Well, I mean, you can still get drunk.
I get drunk. I talk to people on Discord. I don't care.
Maybe we should have a Discord Christmas party.
We haven't. I mean, who would we invite?
I don't know, like my grandma. I don't know.
See, John's like, stop faggots! Hello! I've just been pounding some news.
Depending, if we've got time, we might be able to do like a Christmas or a Boxing Day drunk stream, something like that. I don't know. Maybe we'll be able to do a drunk stream at some point this Christmas week. If we'd have prepared better, we could have done it tonight, really. But it's well, actually, I was thinking it might be a little too late. It's not that late. Maybe we still will. Who knows?
I totally blanked that we were even doing a podcast today. You know.
Yeah, it's been kind of busy. I've had to drop off presents at my grandma's, things like that. I had to drop presents off at a different grandma's yesterday, and they let me try port and sherry. You know, proper old people drinks, because I've not had them before. Have you had port or sherry before?
I love port. Port's one of my favourites.
Have you ever had sherry?
I feel like I've had it before, but I can't really remember.
They're very British old people drinks, aren't they? I tried both of them, and I preferred sherry. They're kind of similar things, but sherry's a little bit nicer, I think. And they're what my granddad called sipping liquors. And I completely understand what he meant. Because you just go, do a little sip and like,
Yeah.
And you just sit and sip them and get steadily drunk. And that is the best way of getting drunk. Just steadily sipping on your liquor. Nice taste. Sit. Very good. That's the best.
I don't believe that is the best way of getting drunk, you know.
Nah, doing that and having a chat, that's the best. You can't beat it.
No. The best way is to get absolutely completely fucked and feel like you're about to die. That's the best way of getting drunk.
Well, I mean, you can do that on sipping liquors, you just have to keep on sipping.
Your lips would get tired by the time you reach that. You'd have to like...
Your lips would get tired?
Your lips would get tired.
Which lips?
Your endless lips.
Gross. Anyway, I think it's about that time, Judd, where we talked about our favourite years for memes, and I need you to land on a favourite one. I need you to give me an answer and why. I need you to actually land on which one you think is your personal favourite year for memes.
Look, I gotta be honest. I've been completely convinced. I think my new favourite year is 2016, and I've been looking.
And why do you think that though?
I've been looking into this because when I heard that fucking soul wrenching argument that we just heard, I started having a little look. And you know what? The first thing I noticed about 2016 memes was a reoccurring theme of me at the beginning of 2016 versus me at the end of 2016. And then obviously, so the me at the beginning would be like, say I'm looking at one of Luke Skywalker right now, and I'm looking at like, whatever the fucking called, like Rise of the... I'm totally blanking on like...
What's wrong with you? Are you having a stroke?
I feel like I'm like original trilogy fucking Luke Skywalker. You know, like young sort of Mark Hamill in
me at the start, young original trilogy Luke Skywalker. Okay,
and then me at the end is old fucking now Star Wars.
Okay, because 2016 was a rough year. That's the joke.
That the joke is, but there's a lot of these. Like I'm seeing fucking loads of these, and I feel like this is when everything started turning shit. This was it. This was the turning point, and I feel like this nihilism and this hatred for the self and the world around you filtered into the memes that we were getting, and that's why they started becoming good. Because you know, like when you're like, it's like with cheese. With some cheeses, you leave it for a bit, so it gets a bit pongy, it gets a bit stinky, and that makes it better. That's the same with memes. You need that hatred and that vileness in it, because that makes them better.
Yeah, it makes them work better for internet culture. I mean, Reddit loves it. It's I know what you mean. 2016 is. I know what you meme.
That's how Joaquin Phoenix laughs on Joker.
I've been saying for years that 2016 is like there was some sort of rapid decline. I think factual, like more reasonably, a peak was 2008. There was like a bump where things were like, you know, imagine like from 2000 going up and up steadily to 2008, and then it did start sort of going down very slowly. You know how good times were, but then at 2016 there was like bloop, it just went like started going down way quicker. Literally within about 4 years it's all gone to shit. That is true, and I do think there was some good meme. And if you think about like sort of there's certain meme formats that really endure, isn't there? There's like obviously every meme kind of dies eventually, but some really stick around. And there's some that are really old but still work. Like they're almost like traditional memes. Like as in, like you know, like classic rock and rap. Those genres aren't going away. They'll always stick around, but they're not necessarily be the most popular. And I think there's certain meme formats that are like that they might not look the same, but they'll always be that meme. So for example, that Winnie the Pooh meme of you know, where he's like just normal Winnie the Pooh sat there, and then and it'll show something next to that, and then there'll be exactly the classy one. And so there's that, and then there's the same thing where there's the increasingly crazy looking like beings, you know, like the big brain one, big brain meme.
Oh yeah.
And then there's the same thing with like that Drake meme of him like looking away and then going and pointing and like
they are all the same meme.
Yeah. So it's like that to me is one meme, but it's got different formats, and that sort of thing, I don't know if it necessarily started in 2016, but it's certainly like, you know, got boosted by that. Cookie Doof, which is Cal, who's already been mentioned on this podcast, has said, I had to log in to comment on that. I know what you meme joke. That was terrible. We peaked at Rage Comics. But yeah, 2016, we have a lot to thank for, but I have to say, I think 2016's memes, and this is my answer by the way, took a little bit of time to kind of refine and kind of add a little bit more spice to them. And I think the point where that got to its best was 2018. 2018 is my favourite year for memes. And I think, personally, I think the reason why I like 2018 the most is, for memes, is my memories with memes. Like, I enjoyed memes the most then, and I think it's because I think it was kind of like getting older. Like obviously we could both drink at that point, and there was a lot more freedom to do stuff. We didn't have quite that many responsibilities, and we could fuck around and enjoy memes, and that was a fun time. He's asking him what way did he get mentioned. You told me your favourite year for memes, Cal, you fucking spaz. Yeah, so I just enjoy the memories. Like, you know, when we were like playing PlayStation games and like and you know, do you remember getting really drunk and listening to all the meme music of that year, like listening to the Maybe I'll Be Tracer and Mia Khalifa, that one, and I just that is my best ever memory with memes. There was just some great ones. Let me look some up. 2018 memes. I think even like a lot of stuff that was happening was very memeable. So like TikTok, you know, I think that started then, and all sorts. Let me just list some of these off. Tide Pods. Do you remember Tide Pods?
Oh my god.
The one with the car. The one with the car where it's like, oh, something straightforward, or it veers off on the...
I still want to bite into Tide Pods. I still want to do it. And to be honest, I might do it.
Carl's asking which was the year all the celebs died. That was 2016. We've had some entries for that. There was the one with the car, you know, where it's like straight on is to do some sensible thing, and then or you could veer off the side road to that sort of meme. Again, that's another sort of depiction of like that Drake meme. It's basically the same one. It was the off ramps one. The Ben Swallow. There was that one. There was what else we got that I remember? Goethe movement? I don't know what the fuck that is.
The what?
I don't know. The what's your child sexting about thing, or texting about thing. You know, where it's like you know, what does such and such stand for? It actually stands for like this really weird thing. That one. The My FBI Agent meme. That's like enduring. That was right, and that. Right? How about this? Do you know Dewey? Do you remember that one? And you know Me and the Boys? Those ones? Those aren't even mentioned on this. That's only January. In 2018, that's only January memes. You so forgive prejudice when you smile. I love that one. What else we got here? The green M&M. Just Obama.
Just Obama.
You know,
just
Obama
as
becoming a general meme. There was the Change My Mind meme. That's a classic. That's a classic meme at this point. Right, March. What else we got? The Gru's Plan. The Gru's Plan memes. Come on. These are some good memes. The Krusty Krab versus Chumbucket. Again, another variation of that meme. All the Infinity... the Infinity War is the most ambitious crossover event in history meme. Just that on its own is a brilliant meme. What else we got? Fortnite. I mean, although...
Fortnite is a concept on its own, is a meme.
And I know that, like, James very rightfully described why that sucks out your soul, but you can't argue for its power. Fortnite became a very powerful meme. I don't know how to describe this one. You know the meme where it shows a picture and then it's like labels it with a movie and the year of it? It's hard to describe it.
No, I don't know that one.
It's hard to describe. I think some people might get it. The Yodel boy, Yodely boy, you know, Walmart kid singing.
Oh yeah, and I mean by Yodely boy, yeah.
Zuckerberg memes. The fucking what's his face? Him who does that weird talk show that you like. Eric Andre.
Eric Andre.
Yeah, Eric Andre, that one where he shoots someone.
He shoots Hannibal, and then he says, he's like, who killed Hannibal, yeah.
No, it's like, why would someone do this? It's like, he does it and says, why would someone else do this?
I know, but the actual quote is that he shoots Hannibal, and then he turns to the camera and he says, who killed Hannibal?
Yeah. So, yeah, there's that one. I am skipping some of these, by the way, because there's so many. There's this, is this a pigeon meme? You know, the anime guy saying, is this something?
Oh, yeah, because he's like looking at a butterfly and he says, this is a pigeon, yeah.
Yanni or Laurel?
Yanni, Laurel.
We live in a society. Just Joker.
Yeah.
The I don't feel so good meme, because the Infinity War, you know, people just getting... That was great. Good meme.
That was a good meme. That was a very good meme.
What else we got? The Waluigi Smash Snub. Just that was a meme. What else we got here? I'm trying to skip some of the like stuff that's not as big. Just big dick energy as a concept. Just that came from this year, from that year. There's the meme of that cat with a very like sort of straight smile face called like polite cat. I don't know. What, do you know which one I mean?
Don't send me shit like that, Cal, because I'm such a fucking sucker for it, honestly.
Wow, that's going to be
Stupid
on
shit
forever.
like
There's the handshake meme from, like the black arm and the white arm, coming together. That one, another classic. I'm just going through all of these at this point. There's that singing alien. You know, the little blue alien that's like tilting its head back, like singing. It's called. I think it's called Bibble. Let me. No. I'll share my screen with you so you can see.
Because there was a meme for a bit where, that bit on the... yeah!
That one.
Yeah.
So there's that. Stop me if you notice any of these. Johnny, yes, papa. Oh, this one. The one where they say, like, such and such's full name is actually this. So the example they've given on this list is, what is Ice Cube's real name? Icelandic cubicle. That one's great. Celebrity full names. Yeah, some good ones. Star is Born. Elon Musk smoking weed. Come on.
Elon Musk had his first spliff on the Seth Rogen podcast. Seth Rogen, fucking hell.
Bongo Cat.
That'd also be a good podcast, though.
Oh, the Netflix adaptation meme. The manga Netflix adaptation one.
And that was because Death Note had just come out. Netflix's version of Death Note came out, and it was fucking terrible.
This to me is top tier meme.
Oh, moths.
The moth.
Yes.
Meme. I love that meme. That's perfect type of meme for me. Because it's so easily integratable into other memes. This is like similar to the astronaut meme for like a good meme that you can integrate with other memes.
Yeah.
Why do good girls like bad guys? This is when TikTok started this, I'm sure it is. What else we got? Weird flex but okay. You can't say that anymore without sounding cringe, can you? But that was a good meme.
Yeah, that is. I feel like that's been sort of taken over by like the e-girls and cringe lords.
There's a September 31st versus October 1st meme. So obviously, like, it's like September 30th, like summery look, and then October 1st, spooky look. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else we get? Let's get this bread for World Bread Day. Nice. Anyway, Chunk.
Did Chungus become a thing? Was that when Chungus? When did Chungus like become a thing?
I think it was late 2018. Because I have to say, it just got better and better as the year went on. The surprised Pikachu meme. That's a staple meme now.
That is a good fucking meme. That. Listen, I give you that one. That's a good fucking meme.
I'm just trying to organize my my view here. What else we got? There's this is a very Twitter sort of normie meme, but it's like, oh, my brain, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, and then me, they actually say it. They did surgery on a grape.
Surgery on a fucking grape. That one made me laugh way too much. Like, I shouldn't have laughed that much at surgery on a grape, but
it's because I think it was. Do you know what? I think that was a relatable meme for not relatable people. As in, that's something that I would tell you, but most people wouldn't really like understand or care. So people who aren't related to it. Anyway, I don't know. What else we got?
This is great podcast material, by the way.
I'm still looking. What? Stop using anti-animal language. Remember that?
Oh, and what's this? Stop using anti-meme language.
No. Yeah. So the example it's given is it's that one where it was, instead of saying your messages don't make sense, I say I'm paralyzed by your superior memeing.
That's what you need to start saying to me.
Instead of saying dead meme, say vintage meme, which is kind of what we do. Anyway, Sonic the Hedgehog. Do you remember the Sonic trailer? Fuck. I
hate his fucking legs. I hate his gross fucking human legs. They're awful. But we actually went to see that movie when it had all been sorted out, and it was an alright movie.
It was pretty decent. The guys are disgusting meme, guys, they only want one thing.
Yeah, that one still makes appearances today.
So yeah, I know I spent fucking forever on my favourite memes of the year, but I feel very passionately about it. Do you want to know overall what the people around us determined as probably the best year for memes?
Go on.
See if you can guess what it was. It's quite obvious, I think, at this point.
I'm going to say 2016.
It was 2016. We had a vote for 1 vote for 2012, 1 vote for 2013, 1 vote for 2018, 1 vote for 2019, 1 vote for 2020, but 3 votes for 2016. And I think that's a worthy winner. Let's have a round of applause, everyone. Everyone listening, round of applause. Cal, I know you're hearing this. Round of applause. Do it.
You did it. You did it, 2016. You made the memes funnier by fucking the world up.
Yeah, you might have started the slow decline into darkness, but you made some good memes. Anyway, that's the podcast. That's a good moment to end on for the podcast. Hope you've enjoyed this year. Hope you've enjoyed these memes. Hope you've enjoyed we probably didn't put a podcast out every week. We probably put about one every 2 weeks on average. That's kind of what accidentally ends up happening. But there you go. We'll be back next week. God knows what we'll talk about next week. Probably all sorts of what happened over Christmas. Probably talking about the new year, things like that. But I don't know. Anything else to add, Judd?
Skate fast, smoke grass, eat ass, and have a happy new year.
And Cal says the bad thing about being faster than light is that you always live in darkness. Here's to living in darkness. Cheers!
Cheers to living in darkness.
Right, bye.